Hi, and welcome back to Long Farms. And on today's episode, I'm going to take you out and show you how we do soil samples. So I got my bucket, my little trusty spade shovel here, and the sample bags and the sample sheet. And once we get to the field, I'll explain what I'll do with each one of those. I got my trusty little golf cart here, so let's go. First, I gotta check, just like Mom always said, gotta look both ways before crossing the street. Now we've made it over here at the first field. Maybe asking, well, John, what's the purpose of taking soil samples? Well, it's just like when me and you go to the doctor, get a blood test. Doctor goes over with us, tells us what all medicines or vitamins or different things we may need to take to get to our full potential. And that's pretty much the same purpose of a soil sample. So what you want to do is you just get your little shovel or even like a screwdriver or something, and you don't want to get any of the grass, so you want to dig down. It's hard to do one-handed. Dig down, get your little sample, go over here and put it in the bucket. Well, John, why wouldn't I just take that sample and put it in a bag? Well, you can do that, but you're not going to get the best reading for your field, so you want to take multiple samples from the field, say about 5 or 6, put them in a bucket or a box, mix them together, and then you'll take that and put it in the sample bag and send it off to get tested. So now we got the one sample, let's go and get about 4 or 5 more. Now we've got all the soil samples. You just want to, I've already marked this bag here. Just want to put the farm's name or your name, which field that you're in. I just named this one B1 and then sample 1. You can just fill it up to this line here. But on this sheet here, you got multiple places you can put different samples. Then you want to look for this intended crop code, which down here at the bottom of the page you got barley, corn, all the row crops. What we're looking for in this field is a forage crop, which would be 181 fescue hay. So I wrote 180, or I've wrote sample number 1, and then 181 over here. You just want to take your sample, mix it up real good. So what you want to do, you don't want to send big clumps like this here. That's going to be hard to test. You just want something that's about like this here. It's easy to break up and it comes apart really easy. Now we've got our sample. You just take it and fold it down, and just fold these ears back, and you'll have about that much of it in the bag. Well, John, then where do I take it to? Well, you just take it down your local cooperative farm store, and they'll take the report down to the guys that deal fertilize, or gals. They'll go over with you, and they'll tell you, they'll read the report and explain it to you, and tell you what all the hay ground or pasture or corn or whatever crop you're trying to grow in that field that you're pull that soil test for. All right, John, now that I've got to spread my fertilizer, wait a little bit. Now I got weeds coming up in my field. Then what I do? Well, you just go back down to the local cooperative farm store and talk to the agronomist. He's the guy that pretty much knows the ins and outs of the chemicals and weeds and crops, and he can just tell him what the weeds are, or take him in, let him look at them. He can tell you what you may need to spray. But these are just some of the examples of what you can pick up at your local store. This right here is Duracore. It's for broadleafs and all that. We use it on our hay fields and pasture fields also. It does really well. Then Interlock, which is a drift control agent. It just increases the water droplets of the sprays you're spraying. It makes it less likely to drift over into say a field you don't want to spray, or possibly into a neighbor's yard. Then this Top Surf here is a surfactant. You just put it in the chemical in the sprayer tank, and that helps it stick. Just to give you all a couple of examples of different sprayers. This one here is a sprayer we've had for quite a few years. It's a 50-gallon sprayer. It's a boom type. It's got the arm folds out that way, another arm folds out this way. It's got about a 15-foot spray pattern. But then a couple years ago we upgraded to a pull type sprayer. This one's a 335 gallon we got from local Ag Central Co-op, and it's also got a nozzle on it here where you can do some spot spraying or spraying around fence lines, different things. Let's open this here. Pour the chemical and the water in there. But this one doesn't have the booms. It's got these fan nozzles here and there, which just like it says, just makes a fan spray out from behind the sprayer. I believe it's I think like a 40 or 45 foot spray pattern. But then if you're spraying up against some fence rows or area you don't want to spray, just turn this knob here, and that'll either open up this fan nozzle or close it off and spray out of one or the other. Well, John, I've heard several different things that farmers just saturate their crops and ground with chemical. Well, that's actually not true. That's behind me is that 335 gallon sprayer. Typically on the chemical, you mix about 4 ounces per gallon of water. That comes out to about, I think it's 83 ounces of chemical for 330 gallons of water. Then when you spray it on, it's on a spray rate about 20 gallons per acre. So really on that tank there, 20 gallons per acre will do about 16 and a half, 17 acres, and you're only spraying not quite 3/4 of a gallon of chemical on that full 17 acres. Numerous chemicals out there that you can use if you're just wanting for broadleaf application. So it's best to talk with your agronomist or your local farm supply cooperative. What we use is Duracor. We've used it for a couple of years now. It replaced what used to be Grazon. The Duracor's now replaced it. There's a couple other different kinds. So you just want to talk to your agronomist or the farm store and tell them what all you're growing, what all land may be around you or neighbors, or then that way they can get you set up for the chemical, the surfactant to help it kind of stick to the plant, and then also the interlock or a different drift control agent. All it does is just increases the water droplets. So thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode, but more importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, because then that helps put these videos out for other people to see and view. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.